Exchange of documents. Thank you. The signing ceremony is now concluded. We will soon proceed with the joint press statement. Thank you.
Minister Selakovic, colleagues from the media, dear Nicola, first of all, of course, warmly welcome to Indonesia. Colleagues, Minister Selakovic and I met last October 2021 in Belgrade at the high-level meeting of the 60th anniversary of the non-aligned movement. Serbia is one of the Indonesia important partners in Southeast Europe. Indonesia and Serbia have long established bilateral relations, and our shared aspirations are also reflected as fellow founding countries of the non-aligned movement in 1961. Colleagues, during the meeting, we discussed progress of our bilateral relations since our last meeting. Among others, the signing of the MOU on preventing and fighting transnational crimes and capacity building, signed December 2021. Treaty on mutual legal assistance in criminal matters and Treaty on extradition, and MOU on cooperation and diplomatic capacity building. To further realize our joint commitment to strengthen bilateral ties, today, Minister Selakovic and I have signed an MOU on political consultation between Indonesia and Serbia as the basis for the two countries' consultation forum to discuss various issues of common interest. Colleagues, during the meeting, we also identified areas of cooperation that needs to be further strengthened. On food security cooperation, we have shared concern on impacts of the war in Ukraine to food security, in particular the rise of food prices. To this end, we agreed to enhance trade cooperation in food, agriculture commodities, particularly wheat. In this regard, Indonesia's state-owned company PT Berdikari and its Serbian business counterpart have shown readiness to facilitate the Serbian wheat export to Indonesia, and Minister Selakovic will also meet PT Berdikari to discuss this in further detail this afternoon. On trade and investment cooperation, our ties show a positive trend despite the pandemic. In 2021, our bilateral trade reached amount of $26.8 million, and I thank the Serbian willingness to increase market share for Indonesia palm oil export to 30%. I'm also pleased to note Serbia's interest to employ more Indonesian workers in various sectors, including construction, hotelier, food and beverages sector, and I express hope for Serbia's support to ensure better protection and legal certainty for Indonesian migrant workers. Indonesia outbound investment in Serbia, valued more than 11 million, continues to expand and even further penetrates the EU market, including instant noodle production and distribution, as well as mushroom cultivation, plantation. We agreed that there is much room to improve our bilateral trade and investment relation. We also view the need to intensify business-to-business contact, including through our Chamber of Commerce. To promote stronger socio-cultural cooperation, we welcome the continuation of Indonesia-Serbia bilateral interfaith dialogue. And I thank Minister Selakovic in extending an invitation for the 5th ISBID in Serbia. Colleagues from the media, on the international issues, we discussed the situation in Ukraine. I reiterated Indonesia's position on the importance of upholding the principle of respecting territorial integrity and sovereignty. I also underlined Indonesia's call for all parties to immediately stop the war and find a peaceful solution on the negotiation table. I also stressed the need to develop a climate of strategic trust in which every country bears the responsibility to contribute in creating an enabling environment for peaceful resolution of conflicts. And this afternoon, right after this meeting, Minister Selakovic will also be received by President Joko Widodo. So thank you very much. Now I would like to invite my dear colleague Nicola to deliver his statement. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister Marsudi, dear Retno, it's my greatest pleasure and honor to be today your guest in Jakarta, in the Republic of Indonesia. And for my country, this very visit is having an importance, a significant importance due to the fact that this is the first meeting on ministerial level in official format taking place in Jakarta from Serbia after more than 11 years. For the Republic of Serbia, the Republic of Indonesia is concerned as the main and the most important partner in the region of Southeastern Asia. This very visit is also a sign of our faith and our goodwill to boost our cooperation in all the levels. All the MOUs or agreements which were signed during the previous months and these which are going to be signed, on which we've been discussing about during the meeting, are actually evidencing these efforts of our two countries to have not only traditionally good relations, which were based on our cooperation in the era of non-aligned movement 60 years ago when it was founded in Belgrade, but after the conference in London. But also it shows that we are countries concentrated on the future of our citizens and of our economies, and in that future we are seeing Serbia and Indonesia as friends and good and liable partners. I would like to take this opportunity to thank to my dear host, my friend, Minister Masrudi, not only for the traditionally good Indonesian hospitality we are faced with, but also for the principle and consistent support to the main principles of international public law and the international legal order, as the principle of territorial integrity and sovereignty is, but also for the support regarding this very principle in the case of Serbian territorial integrity regarding our southern province, Kosovo and Metohija. We appreciate that a lot, and we are hoping that this support is going to exist also in the future. Speaking about our economic cooperation, we emphasize that there are a lot of room, a lot of potentials which are not used. We've been speaking, of course, about the situation which is caused after the situation and conflict in Ukraine, on the food security, and all the consequences which raised after this very conflict started. We are interested to discuss the export of our food, mainly wheat, but not only wheat, to the Indonesian trade market. And as the Minister Masrudi has already said, we are going to discuss it later on during this day with representatives of your state-owned companies in charge of the food import. I would like also to congratulate to Indonesia for being in the opportunity to host the G20 summit this year. We are following with a great attention everything what you are doing, and we are very appreciating your principle and sovereign position in chairing this group during this year. I would like to express also our goodwill and our readiness to improve our cooperation in different fields, especially in the field of agriculture, but also in the field of culture, education, youth, sports, as well as defense area. And I am very sure that we are going to be in the opportunity to discuss all these issues during the rest of the day. Once again, dear Etno, I would like to use this opportunity to invite you to come to Belgrade, to continue our cooperation, and to see what we've done in the meantime, and also to discuss our plans for the future of our relations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, colleague.